Good morning, Mr. Smith. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You're here for a formal bond arraignment. I am Judge Moss. I'll be handling your bond arraignment today. There are several people present by Zoom call, just so you're aware that they are there, okay? You have rights under the laws of South Carolina, as well as the United States Constitution. You have a right to a trial by jury. You have a right to an attorney to represent you. That does not mean an attorney will be representing you today. That means that throughout each and every stage of this court process, you have the right to have an attorney present. You will have an initial appearance. That'll take place at 180 Magnolia Street, which is a Spartanburg County courthouse. You must appear. You also have the right to a preliminary hearing, but you only have 10 days to request a preliminary hearing. If you fail to request a preliminary hearing, then you waive that right. When I talk about your right to an attorney, or as I discussed it earlier with you, I'm going to ask you in a few moments what your plans are regarding an attorney. You can tell me you're undecided, that you want to hire a private attorney, or you're seeking the services of a public defender. If you're seeking the services of a public defender, you must earn less than $240 per week, not own any real property, meaning a house or land, and not own a business. Now, this is your formal bond arraignment. You will have a fact-based hearing at a later date, and you will be able to have an attorney present at that time, as I explained earlier. So I want you to protect yourself regarding incriminating yourself at this time until you have representation or you decide to represent yourself. Is that understood?
Yes,
okay. I may issue either a cash or surety bond or a PR bond in your case. A cash or surety is an amount paid, or you can get a bonds person. A PR bond is either you will sign yourself out, or there may be a no bond, meaning you will have to go before a circuit court judge to request that a bond be issued for you to be released from jail, okay? If your case is no pros, meaning the solicitor decides not to prosecute your case, or if it's dismissed, or if you're found not guilty, you must go to the clerk of court's office and request that these two charges will be expunged from your criminal history. If you don't do that, they remain on your criminal history if those three factors that I just discussed earlier apply, okay? So if you forget everything I've told you, you have a right to a trial by jury, you have a right to an attorney to represent you, and you must appear at all of your hearings. So you've been charged with felony driving under the influence, which carries up to 25 years in prison, or a fine of $52,244.50. You've also been charged with felony DUI with great bodily injury, which carries up to 15 years in prison, or a fine of $21,119.50. Do you understand what you're charged with? Okay. Mr. Solicitor, would you like to speak at this time?
Yes, ma'am, I would. I'm sorry, I was muted there for a second. If it pleases the court, I'd like to go through the facts and show you a couple pictures from the scene.
Okay.
Your Honor, this occurred on February 3rd, approximately 4:25 p.m., Your Honor. Trooper Henderson was called to a scene on Main Street in Spartanburg County near the city of Chesney, Your Honor. Upon his arrival, there was 3 parties that had already been transported to Spartanburg Regional due to the injuries from the collision, Your Honor. Other troopers in the fire department there arrived there, Your Honor, to assist on the scene. It was determined a 2017 Toyota pickup that was driven by the defendant, Byron Smith, was traveling north on West Main Street, or Route S43. The Toyota crossed the left to center of the line, ran off the road to the left, then re-entered where it struck a 2013 Buick head-on, Your Honor, in the southbound lane. In the Buick, Your Honor, Judy Graham was the driver. Her passenger was Larry Graham, her husband. Mr. Graham died from the injuries in this wreck, Your Honor. Ms. Graham has several injuries, and I understand she's having to go back to the hospital for those injuries. She was released, but having to go back or get those checked from those today, Your Honor. That's the reason why she's not here today. Her daughter, Charity Jolly, is here with us and will speak shortly, Your Honor. When the troopers arrived at Regional, Your Honor, they met with Mr. Smith. His eyes were extremely bloodshot amid smoking marijuana and having alcoholic drinks, Your Honor. One of the witnesses that was interviewed at the scene stated he's a friend of Mr. Smith's, that he was following him when the collision occurred. He said Mr. Smith was his residence. He saw him have several alcoholic beverages at his house before they left. All the witnesses was interviewed and recorded by Trooper Henderson, Your Honor. They have turned a search warrant, Your Honor, for Mr. Smith's blood and urine in this case, Your Honor, which they were obtained. They're going to be sent to State Law Enforcement Division, SLED, to be tested, Your Honor. In that case, based on their observations, they felt like he was definitely under the influence of alcohol, Your Honor, based off the driving and everything they saw in this case, Your Honor. Your Honor, may I share some pictures with you at this time?
Yes.
Your Honor, this first picture is the scene of the wreck. You can see, can you see the picture, Your Honor?
I can.
And you see the pickup truck that was driven by the defendant. He hit on their side of the road, Your Honor, and this is the Buick that was driven by driven where both victims was in, Your Honor.
Okay.
Show you just two other pictures real quick, Your Honor. This is a picture of the defendant's pickup truck. You can see the severe damage, and obviously he was going at a high rate of speed when this occurred. And one more picture, Your Honor. And Your Honor, this is the victims that's been driven by Miss Graham, and Mr. Graham was in, and you can see the severe damage that was done from the impact on that, Your Honor. Your Honor, based off this incident and based on what occurred in this case, we feel like he's a danger to the community, and we'd ask for bond to be denied, Your Honor. I do have Kimberly Cockrell with me as well from MAD. I have Grace Brown from the Highway Patrol Victim Advocate. I do have Miss Jolly, and I believe they want to address the court at the appropriate time. And I do have Corporal Johnson here for the Highway Patrol also, Your Honor, if you need any information from the Highway Patrol.
Okay. We're going to go through the documents and then we'll let them speak before I set the bond, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Mr. Smith? I'm trying to get back to the court. Okay, Mr. Smith, have you had an opportunity to review the information sheet regarding your rights, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. If you understand, if you'll please sign our copy. Mr. Smith, what are your plans regarding an attorney?
Oh, private attorney.
So your initial appearance will be April the 22nd at 9 o'clock. You must appear. If you'll sign that form in my presence, you're going to take it with you, okay? The next form you'll be receiving is to provide to your attorney. That's the form to request a preliminary hearing. You have up to 10 days to request that hearing. So if you're going to do that, you need to do it right away. The next form we'll be reviewing together is a checklist. You're going to be initialing on the left side. We'll start at question 2. I know you have had this document in your possession. You're going to be initialing my copy. I will be summarizing. 2 says that if you fail to appear, you could be tried in your absence and receive jail time or a fine, and you must keep the conditions of your bond. If you understand, please initial at 2. If you go to 3, it tells you you have a right to a preliminary hearing. If you understand, please initial at 3. 4 says you have a right to a trial by jury. If you understand, initial at 4. And 5 says you have a right to an attorney to represent you. If you understand, please initial at 5. And then if you'll turn that page over, if you'll sign on the back indicating that I have reviewed your rights with you, sir. Okay, thank you, sir. Solicitor Barnett, if you're ready, whoever wants to go first and speak regarding the bond.
I think Ms. Joy would like to speak first, Your Honor, if she could.
That's fine. Ms. Jolly?
Yes, I'm Charity Jolly. I'm the daughter of the victims, Barry and Diane Graham. Like Mr. Barnett said, my mother is unable to be here because she's currently being taken to the doctor by my cousin because her physical pain is worsening due to the wreck. Her emotional pain, she's devastated. She asked me to say this on her behalf. Larry and I have been married for 52 years. This person who chose to drink and drive took away not only my husband, but also took away my soulmate and my best friend. My father was a gentle, kind soul. He lived a simple life. He loved the Lord. He loved his family. He especially loved his only grandson, my son. And tragically, my father died one day after his grandson's 10th birthday, and he died one before what would have been his birthday. He would have been 70 on the day after his life was taken from him. My parents just doing something they have done so many years, just going home from their favorite restaurant, and just in an instant became a victim of a drunk driver. Losing a loved one's difficult, but this has just been heart-wrenching to lose him in such a senseless way. And I just hate that my parents are evidence of what we know, that drinking and driving has deadly consequences. Myself, my family, my friends who love my father and my mother dearly, we don't want another family to have to be victimized by this person. And we are asking that you please deny bond. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Judge, we do have Kimberly Cochran from Matt. I know she wants to speak, and then Grace Brown and Corporal Johnson. I don't know if they'd like to speak. They're on here too.
Thank you, Solicitor. Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, the defendant knowingly and willfully ignored the rules of our state, the rules that keep all of us safe. It is that decision that he made that took the life of Larry, forever altering his family and forever attaching his death to his grandson's birthday. This young man turned 10 years old, and for the rest of his life, he's going to know that the day after he turns another year, they're going to be, unfortunately, remembering his grandfather's death. Your Honor, this couple was doing nothing wrong. They were just traveling a road they have traveled thousands of times before, going to pick up dinner and going home. Your Honor, December a year ago, Larry beat double pneumonia and probable COVID. He had a chance to fight. He had a chance, and he survived it. They almost lost him. Your Honor, he didn't have a chance with this crash. He never had a chance to fight for his life. So with that, Your Honor, on behalf of Mothers Against Drunk Driving, I echo the sentiments of Ms. Charity in this, and please request that bond be denied on behalf of her and on behalf of Mothers Against Drunk Driving. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Ms. Cochran.
I don't know if Ms. Brown would like to say anything or at this point.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. I just want to echo both of the sentiments from Kimberly and Miss Charity. This is just so devastating and heartbreaking. That was going to be his 70th birthday, and he didn't get to turn 70. He didn't get to celebrate that birthday with his family. And it's not fair, and it makes no sense. And this individual made the deliberate decision to get behind a wheel of a car when they knew they shouldn't have. And I believe that he is clearly a danger to his community. I think that those photos that Mr. Barnett showed is evidence of that. I don't think it could get any more dangerous. So for that reason, we would also like that bond be denied. And if it is not denied, we would like a no contact order for the family, as well as GPS and scram monitoring. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Your Honor, we do have Corporal Johnson. I don't know if he has anything to add. He's also with us.
I just agree with everything that's been said by everyone this morning, and the Highway Patrol would also ask that bond be denied.
Thank you, sir.
And Your Honor, just to add to it, obviously, the reason why I feel like it's a dangerous community, I'm getting ready to do another bond hearing later today at 2 o'clock. We had a double death yesterday on another felony DUI. So obviously the danger in the community is great. We've had way too many felony DUIs in our community. So, but thank you for listening to us on this, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Smith, at this point, I'm going to deny your bond. You can request another bond hearing through your attorney, but at this point, your bond will be denied. Good luck to you, sir. Thank you, everybody, for appearing.